Hi, it's Donna Guest, the Lazy Scrapbooker, and welcome to another Tuesday tip. This one was recorded live back in 2023, and it's a fast and easy border from the Creative Memories blog that will use up your scraps. Let's get started. You know I love borders, and you know I love working with leftover scraps. So here we go. This is a cute border, and I got this idea here. I'll show you the measurements and where it came from the Creative Memories blog from over 3 years ago by continued blog contributor Chris Lemate. And here's what we're going to be doing. We've got 2 BMC borders. These are the components of this little border right here. 2 borders taken from a border maker cartridge of your choice that will work for this. There's a lot of different options. We'll need a 1 1/4 by 12-inch strip of patterned paper. We'll need, you know what? I didn't even use this. I'm going to mark that off. You don't need it. I just put mine right on the paper. And then we'll need 12 1x1 squares. Just a fun border, and it allowed me to get 6 photos on the page because, as you know, I take way too many photos of him. So the border maker cartridge I used for this is the mirrored scallops chain, and you can see, well, there's a good angle, what it looks like there. And so I just punched 2 of them and applied it. You could split this one in half, but that was a little bit more difficult to apply when I was making just the border. Then I also did it with this one, tiara chain. Love it. So just showing you, you have other uses for this one as well. Can make a fun border like that. I'm not happy with the color that I chose there. I used baby blue, so it just doesn't pop like this hot fudge does. So let me show you how to make this, and I'll make the one for my other page. So now I'll have 2. So I'm going to take first just a piece of patterned paper. I'm using this cute paper from Fur Baby with the Pop. And we're going to cut off 1 1/4 inches. And I tend to go a hair above or beyond that, just to make sure I have enough and to make sure you can see enough of it on the sides. Then I'm going to take the Hot Fudge cardstock, and let's use this same cartridge I used. And you could use a number of these. I thought about doing this one that was the recent incentive, the free punch. I might try that one later. But we're going to go ahead and punch 2 of these. Now I pre-cut my squares to save time, but I did not pre-punch the borders. And if you've never used one of these, there's a chance you haven't used it. There's a little prong right here, and you're going to line that up and match it up with the 6 prongs here. And so if you put it in there and click it, you can't mess up. The key is to just clicking it in that notch, and you cannot mess up. Now you can mess up if you don't let it click, and if you don't line it up, you can certainly mess it up then. But it's just paper, and we can try again. All right, I'll do this other one here. Okay, now we're done with this. I'll pull this out of the way. I'm going to attach these to the back of my patterned paper here. I'm using my little parchment paper, and I'm just going to go over it with a repositionable tape runner. That's the one with the green cartridge, and it's the one that's just going to attach to the paper only. So I'm leaving just a little bit of edge here. So let me hold it up so you can see what I did there, and you can see it's on the back here, but there we go. And we're going to do the same thing on this side, and I'm just putting the tape runner on this bottom half right here, and then I'm going to line this up. So basically I'm just attaching it to the back, but I'm looking at the front while I'm doing it so that I make sure it's even, and then I like that, and that looks really good. And you can see this on the back there. Again, we could have split these in half, but it made it much easier by having the 2 of those. And so now I've pre-cut squares that are 1 by 1, and instead of doing this individually on each square because that just takes too long, let's just do a full strip of tape runner all the way down. And I used repositionable in case you want to move anything around. And now I'm going to kind of maybe mimic what I did over here, maybe. So I put a darker one on the bottom, and then I'm leaving 1/8 of an inch border on each side of that. So you can see what I've done there. And they don't have to be exactly like on opposite ends of the page here. Now, see, I already did that crooked, so thank goodness for repositionable tape. Let's fix that. Wonderful. I'm going to change it up a bit, make it a little bit different. And so basically just attaching these little 1-inch squares all the way up. Again, you know how I love doing borders with scraps, but also it doesn't just use your scraps, but allows you to use a lot of patterns at once without being overwhelming or too busy. It just looks really cool. Done.
Okay, very good. And so now we have a matching border, and when I do the facing page, I will put this on it with hopefully 6 more photos. And then I just added the stickers right here, so I'm going to wait, of course, to add stickers until I know what I'm doing on that page and where it's going to go. So that's super, super easy. I just like that idea. It was part of a larger page that I saw. And again, the blog was over 3 years old. If you haven't tooled around in those, check it out on my website. Just go to my CM website and go to blog. And you're going to see so much inspiration, so many ideas there. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you look forward to the next Tuesday tip right here each Tuesday.